Right, hey guys. So I've never been one for self-confidence, really. I've never been the kind of person to, normally kind of big myself up and think I'm like capable of doing much. Occasionally it will happen. Like for example, the current state of FTO tutorials on the internet. Like from the ones I've seen, I don't think any of them are especially comprehensive, or like there's always at least one or two things that like seemingly quite key things that they like miss out or gloss over or don't explain particularly well. And like I've seen a lot of people saying they're getting stuck with it. And when I get round to recording mine, when I get the chance to make it and all of that, I reckon mine can fix all those issues, and it can be the best and the clearest tutorial. I think I have faith in myself to do that because I've been solving FTO for a long time. I learned it back from when there was only really one tutorial, and also in my time I've made quite a few tutorials or tips, tricks, teaching videos on my main channel, so I feel like I know what I'm doing. However, in general, I'm not the kind of person that if there's a particular task or something that I see or that I need to do, I'm not the kind of person that will think, yeah, I'm going to smash this, I can do it easily, and I'm especially not the kind of person to go around saying that. However, what I do sometimes is deliberately, choose to undertake projects. To be fair, whether it's work related or not, there will be stuff that I take on that I think, oh yeah, I can do that. And even if I don't like say this to to anyone else, if it's just something I'm doing for the fun of it or whatever, then I will think, oh yeah, I can do that. But without fail, and I don't know if this is a self-confidence thing or not, or if it's just like bigging myself up thinking, yeah, that shouldn't be too hard, and then it turns out to be like very hard or whatever. I don't know what it is, but without fail, it always takes me far longer than I anticipate. So I'm currently planning the video that I'm going to make about clock, and why I think the decision by the WTA board to remove it is a very bad decision, and why I think it should be changed. And obviously it's been a couple of weeks since that got announced, that was the decision. Obviously nothing's like actually happened yet, and won't for a while if it does happen at all. But it's been around for a couple of weeks. Obviously there was a lot of reactions at the time, and since then people have continued to make videos in support of clock and against the board's decision. And I for a while was on and off about making something because I wasn't sure what else I could add. But at the same time, I feel like there are quite a few things that I've seen said in different places that I feel like are all good points, but haven't necessarily been put in the places where they will be the most visible, things like that. So what I thought I would do, and what I have decided I'm now going to do definitely and started planning, is I'm going to go through all of the places where I've been like active online, especially in this period of time when people have been talking about this. So the WTA forum is obviously a big one. The UKCA Discord server, all the channels in there where we talked about, all of the different YouTube videos that I've seen being talked about it as well. And I also wanted to collect some stats, some actual numbers, information, things like that, from the WCA database and also from the survey, because that was important. And the board's responses to that and all of that. So I thought what I would do is collect all of that, put it into one video, write a proper script, and basically just have the video be me reading the script, and also so obviously publish that video to my YouTube channel when I've done, but also put it on the WCA forum, put basically the same script on the forum, so, because I know, or at least I certainly hope, that that's where the board are going to be like reading most things. I put it on YouTube just because I have an audience of some size on there, and I think it's very easy to share that. It would be accessible to people, and also it would get across my tone, which I don't think is like the most important thing, but it is, it's something that you don't have at all if you're just reading a paragraph of text or whatever. But I also wanted to put it on the forum because I feel like that's where it's most likely to be seen by the board, and that's the people who need to see it most. And I thought at the time I didn't particularly want to do it straight away because I know that a lot of people will be talking about it for a while. Also, I had a comp like that weekend. I only had like a few days before I was setting off to the comp, so I wanted to leave some time to do that. And also I just felt like the longer I'd left it, the more places I'd be able to look to see different people's opinions, and the more stuff I'd be able to have to present in this one format thing. So yeah, that's why I left it. And also I had a couple of opportunities like the last couple of weekends to be able to actually record some videos at like a normal time of the day and things like that. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make any of the FTO like tutorials and videos that I've been planning to make, because I wanted to do them as well. And unfortunately, the puzzle that I ordered, because I wanted to do it on a puzzle with the standard color scheme, not mine, because I use a different color scheme. The puzzle that I ordered didn't arrive in time for me to be able to record those videos, but for a while I wasn't sure if it was going to arrive in time or not. So I didn't, like, I was torn between, okay, what do I plan first, right? Because I had the FTO videos and the clock video to plan, and I was trying to do them at the same time because I wasn't sure which I'd be able to record first. I thought it would be better to get the FTO video out sooner, because I know a lot of people are starting to learn now, and I want to get the tutorial out as soon as possible. With clock, obviously, there's, I guess, less of a time constraint because nothing's going to be happening yet. But obviously I do want to, make my voice heard still. But for a while I was hoping that the FTO videos would be able to be made sooner. So I started planning the FTO videos. And then when I realised that the cube wasn't going to get here in time, I thought, okay, I'm not going to be able to record them now until after Euros. So I'll just put that to one side, finish it after Euros or whatever, and I'll work on the clock video. And I thought I could get this done in a day, easy. And so yesterday I asked a couple of people to help me out with running some WCA database queries, because I don't know how to do that myself, to get a bit more of the data. And I started going back through my YouTube subscriptions, because that's where I've seen a lot of the videos that made good points that I wanted to reference. And I saved those into one playlist, and I started rewatching them, taking a couple of notes, and other random sources, places where I've seen people talking online that I thought I might not remember, or weren't in a big space. And so I started doing that, and the data I did, but yeah, there was just those 5 things, and I thought, okay, I'll just put them in put all the values in a table or something like that. But I've since realized that there are others, other bits of information that I want to calculate from those values, and I've just been going through, working those all out one by one, percentage, comparing them and all of that. And so that's taken a while. And obviously it's been 2 weeks since the decision was made. So the UKCA Discord and the WCA forum, the 2 main places that I want to look through, those have both had tons and tons of messages in there since. Obviously the UKCA Discord has not all been just talking about clock. Obviously there's a lot of stuff that's not been relevant to that, but I've got a lot of stuff to go through, and I don't know why, I just thought I could do it in less time than I actually could. And so at this point, because now tomorrow is the last day I've got fully here before I head off to Euros, I don't think, and I need to pack and stuff for Euros, so I don't think I'm going to have enough time to finish writing the script and everything and getting all the notes ready, and then record it and then upload it before I have to do Euros. So yeah, I probably did just leave it a bit late, because there have been a few days where I've just been sat around not doing much, but also it's been fucking boiling, and so I've not really been able to do that much because it's been too hot. But I've been trying, I've done a bit. I probably could have done more, but at the same time I definitely just overestimated how quickly I could get this done in the first place. I underestimated how big of a task it was going to be. And the same thing with the FTO videos as well, because like I said, I've started planning those, not finished it because I realized it wasn't worth finishing yet. But yeah, this is definitely a pattern that I've followed in various points in my life, of just thinking I can do things quicker than I can. And it probably is a bad thing. I should probably try and give myself more time to do stuff, and not put as many expectations on myself, so that when I actually get around to doing these things, I can stick to the kind of time frame that I'm hoping that I can, and I don't have to keep saying, oh yeah, I would have liked to have got this done by now, but unfortunately for various reasons I haven't, or whatever. Yeah, that would be nice, but something in the back of my mind is telling me I'm never going to learn, and I will keep assuming I can get stuff done in a day, when actually it's going to take a week and a half or something. I fingers crossed, shortly after Euros the clock video should be ready, and as soon as I get the chance to record after Euros, the FTO videos will be ready as well. So hopefully it'll be fine, and hopefully I won't have quite as much to do after Euros as I have done in the 2 weeks between my last Comp Strathclyde and Euros. So yeah, fingers crossed. but I don't want to make any promises just in case, So yeah, that's about it for today. See you tomorrow.